What's up, everybody? I hope everybody's doing well. What's up, everybody? I hope everybody's doing well out there. I'm getting questions right now. People are sending me messages saying, is Angeles City going on a complete lockdown? What's going on there? You got to understand something. Different areas throughout the Philippines are on different type of lockdowns, different type of quarantines. I can only tell you what's going on up here in Angeles City. One of the pages I always go to is the mayor's office, city mayor's office Facebook page. I'll put the link down below in case you're wondering what's going on or in case you're interested. But like I said, people are saying, what's going on? What's going on? I've said it in the past and I'll say it again. I think the mayor's office here is doing a good job. They're doing what they have to do with the situation that, has been basically forced upon them like every other place in the world. But yeah, I think they're doing a good job. Once again, you can't please everybody all the time. But the reason I go to that webpage is, they put a lot of really interesting things out there. One of the things that they put out is every so often, every other day, they'll put out a list. Angeles City, I call it Chimp Update. Right now they have 77 PUMS, persons under monitoring. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that those people have the chimp virus. They're just under monitoring. And then it breaks it down. 7 new PUMs completed their home quarantine. 43 PUMs are newly identified. But it breaks it all down. It tells you the barangays, tells you how many people are under PUM, people under monitoring. Then they have the people under PUIs, people under investigation. Breaks it down. 6 people under investigation, 14 people, 22 nodal. You guys see it, you can read it, and then it says 9 confirmed chimp cases. And then it breaks it down, 2 from the barangay. It breaks down your barangays and everything like that. But you know what? I think that's one of the nice things that, or that's one of the things I have, that I read from there every day. Another one that they always, this is the latest one. People were saying, what's going on? Are they going into a complete lockdown? But this is the latest one that just came out the 15th of April, 2 days ago. Guidelines of the city government of the implementation of stricter enhanced community quarantines. In light of the increased number of chimp positive patients in the city, most of whom were workers who have contracted disease outside of Angeles City, as well as the prevalence of residents who are violating the enhanced community quarantine, the city government of Angeles City shall adopt stricter enhanced community quarantine measures effective today, April 15th. All checkpoints and major thoroughfares will be manned by the Philippine National Police, PNP, Angeles City Police officers, ACPO, for 24 hours every day. Effective immediately, there shall be a 24-hour curfew implemented in Angeles City. No age limit, except for the exemption granted by the IATF in its resolution number 14. There shall be no mobile groups that will roam around the city. There shall be mobile groups that will roam around the city to apprehend ECQ violators. All frontline signages and vehicles will be disregarded effective immediately. It was noticed that such signs are being abused and reported without authority. Let me step in there. I seen it. Within the past couple of weeks, I started seeing new people with signs in their windows and personal vehicles driving around. I seen it. I know what he's talking about. I pointed it out to look. I said, have you noticed that more and more vehicles have these signs in there? Anyways, moving on. All passes and clearances for entry will be revoked immediately. The only passes and clearances for entry that shall be honored are those that have been issued from April 16 to 30, 2020 until the ECQ is lifted, whichever comes first. All frontline workers outside Angeles City shall be housed. Dialysis chemo patients will be permitted inside the city with only one person company. And then it goes on. All public utility jeeps, public utility vehicles, and other Colorum vehicles operating during the ECQ period will be impounded, except vehicles being used in the city government relief goods distribution. Impounded vehicles shall be released once the State of the Nation public health emergency has been lifted. All Colorum trikes and electric bikes are prohibited from traveling on the roads and major thoroughfares. All private vehicles are allowed to carry only one individual at a time, driver only. All relief distribution carried out by private sector should be coordinated with the city government. Uncoordinated relief distributions is highly prohibited and will be apprehended. Point-to-point service, point-to-point transportation may also be considered by the city government on a case-to-case basis. All barangay checkpoints will be manned 24 hours by barangay officials. Strictly no violators will be allowed strictly no volunteers will be allowed to man barangay checkpoints, as this defeats the purpose of the ECQ. Barangay checkpoints will be augmented by the ACPO personnel. All barangay checkpoints shall have a log book of all residents entering and exiting the barangay. All barangays shall set up a public address system to serve as a dispersal tool that will roam around the barangay to announce reminders for residents to stay home. And last but not least, roving barangay tandem shall immediately roving barangay tandem must be immediately established. The roving barangay tandems will disperse and escort home all people found violating the ECQ, including but not limited to people consuming alcohol in public, people playing basketball and or other sports gaming activities, including cockfights, bingo, boxing, etc., people loitering in public, people gambling inside and outside their home, people congregating or gathering in public outside their homes, people holding private parties or gatherings, individuals who are not wearing masks. So there it is. That is what they're saying. Nothing in there mentions like a 100% complete lockdown. I even noticed some of these things. During the day, I've noticed kids roaming around in packs and groups. They're not supposed to be. I see people, in the evening I'll see people sitting outside their homes, but here's the thing, they're sitting outside their homes, chair here and a chair here. They're not right on top of each other. So they're practicing that social distancing. I have yet to see a basketball game, though the other day I did see a couple kids bouncing balls down the street. Lud even said, she gets up at 3 a.m. in the morning. She goes to the store and she said she noticed kids roaming around. So that's one of the things they have to go and definitely check out. Now they did put out another one. Let me find it here. Let me find it and let me show you. Here it is. For additional clarification of the new guidelines, please see the following. City Hall and other government employees living outside Angeles City only need to show their government IDs at the checkpoints. Workers in Clark living outside Angeles City can use the free point-to-point shuttle service, Philippine Rabbits, provided by the city government. For private vehicles ferrying established workers, there may be one driver in the front and one passenger in the back seat. For workers in banks, supermarkets, grocery stores, drugstores, and other similar essential establishments, they only need to show their company IDs at the checkpoints. However, workers are encouraged to use the point-to-point service buses, shuttle buses. All health workers are still allowed to enter and exit Angeles City until further notice. 12 point-to-point shuttle buses provided by the city government may be used by workers, and supermarket, drugstore, public markets, and other essential establishments will remain open. So there it is. People were saying they're going to shut everything down and we're not going to be able to go out, we're not going to be able to eat, we're not going to be able to do that and this, and there's nothing in there that says that. They're just trying to, I guess, tighten down on things. I know yesterday Luisa's brothers that were sit at the store in the afternoon, they said the police pulled up. There were two guys walking down the street, no mask. No mask. Right off the bat, you're going to be a target. Right off the bat. Because now they're starting to enforce these things. Right off the bat, you're a target. Boom. They pulled up. What are you doing out? Where's your mask? They didn't have a mask. They didn't have no reason to be out. They threw in the vehicle. Down the road they went. They took them. Another thing I've noticed also is, let me see if I can find this and bring this one up. Okay. Trike drivers. Luzon orders cops to apprehend ECQ violators. Mayor Pogi Luzon Jr. has ordered the Angeles City police officers to apprehend violators of enhanced community quarantine protocols. Luzon said in the statement last April 14, 2020, that mobile police will patrol around the city to monitor if there are individuals engaging in leisure activities outside their home, which are prohibited during the quarantine. He also directed barangay officials to prohibit public consumption of alcohol, playing basketball, and other sporting activities, loitering, and individuals who are not wearing face masks in public. Violators will be reprimanded and asked to return to their home. The statement, after an assessment by the ACPU conducted, that people usually gather in essential establishments without proper social distancing and not wearing face masks. So there it is. Also, they did put out a statement about trikes, like I was saying about trikes. They loaded one up across the street from our store. What they're doing is, and I've seen this, they'll sit near places like our store, and they'll sit outside, and they'll sit there. The local authorities know what they're doing. This is no new game to them. And as people come up to the store, as they're walking away with the heavy groceries, they might have walked up to the store, but now they got groceries. Now they don't want to walk back, so these guys are sitting. They'll take off. They'll follow the people as they're walking. Trike. They don't yell it. Trike. Well, yeah, I don't want to walk with my bag. Yeah, okay, boom. They're catching these dudes. They're loading them up, and they're sending them, and they're sending these trikes down to City Hall. Parking lot's full of them. But anyways, that's what I've heard. That's what's going on. Another thing I've seen here, the electric bills and stuff. Let me show you what's going on here. You got your electric bills, your cable company bills and stuff. But you know what? These guys are not going to do without. These big companies, they want their money. They don't care about a quarantine. They want their money. So the Angeles Electric Corporation, they did a 30-day extension. But here's their new thing they put out. To our valued customers, we hope that you are safe and staying home during this extended enhanced quarantine period. Here it is. We hope you are safe and staying home. To help in the prevention of the spread of the virus, our business office remain closed. If you still wish to pay your bills, you may transact through the following payment. Online payment. China Bank, BPA, and then it goes in to tell you how to do it. First of all, China Bank, I wouldn't even deal with anything with China right now. Not that I don't like the Chinese people, let's get this straight. Nothing against Chinese people, Chinese government, I don't care for it. And then it says for over-the-counter payments. So now they're telling you, here's how you can pay in person. China Bank Nipo branch. Right there, they're telling you how. Yet, at the beginning of the statement, they tell you, please stay home. We want you to stay safe. Anyways, I find that quite interesting. Also, I don't know what's going on with Converge. I was told Converge, which is our cable company here. I can't confirm this, but I don't know, so it might be Chismis. But I heard they're going to reopen, so they want paid. These big businesses want the money. They're losing money. But anyways, that's what's going on. Like I said, the mayor's office and those that are in charge here, I think on the mayor's end, let's clarify this. On the mayor's end, I think they're doing a good job. Then it breaks down from the mayor's end. Well, anyways, there's also rumor out there, and I seen it on the news, where the president here got on and basically said, listen, you need to stay home. If you don't stay home, you don't, adhere to what we're telling you. Only go out if you need something to eat, medication, whatever. You can go out. You're not told, hey, sit in your house, sit in your house. You can go out and get the essentials, the things you need. They're not saying you can't get that. What they're saying is they don't want people out roaming around, loitering. They don't want people going to friends' houses. They don't want people going out, sitting together in a group. And I've seen this even on some shows on YouTube, grouping together, singing videoke, hanging out. They don't want that. That's one thing they don't want. But anyways, they're saying, from what I've seen, from what I read, he's basically saying either start adhering to it or we might have to implement martial law. What's going to happen? I don't know. Time will tell. That's all I can say. Time will tell. But anyways, that's kind of like the update of what's going on here in Angeles City. You can, like I said, I'll leave that link down below to the mayor's information office of their Facebook page. And like I say, you know what? I guess if you don't have to go out, don't go out. If you got to go out and get food, you got to eat. If you got to go out and get medication, you got to get medication. But anyways, guys, with that being said, everyone take care out there. Take care of your family. Take care of your loved ones. Take care of the children. Take care of the sick and the elderly. And that's about the latest that's going on here in Angeles City.